Corks are faked in a float tank. That's why a gallon of water leaked into the guy's spacesuit and he literally almost drowned in space a few months ago. And there's a bubble coming up showing the fakery. Recently there was a National Geographic broadcast, supposedly from space, and here's Soledad O'Brien as she flicks to the people in the International Space Station. Now have a look at their feet. There's stabilization bars, blue stabilization bars. The guy in the blue on the right, he's twisting slightly to the right and he lifts up his left knee in order to counteract that rotation. For every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. So he lifts up his left leg in order to counterbalance the rotation that comes from the uneven movement of the aircraft as it flies through the air. You can't help but experience these small movements. If this was a real spacecraft, there would be absolutely no movement whatsoever. It would be extremely unexpected and unwelcome if it moved in orbit. There are not a whole bunch of jets on the outside of the International Space Station constantly readjusting its orbit. That's not how things in orbit work. You put them in orbit, you get the exact trajectory, and they stay on track. Now, if you have a look at these two guys, they're using these blue stabilization bars constantly in order to steady themselves. Have a look at his feet adjust back and forth, and he's using that blue stabilization bar to try and stay steady. Constantly back and forth movement. Now he starts to rotate slightly. His feet start to move to his right.
Wow. So Rick, earlier Katie was giving me
right there, and he lifts up his left leg to try and counterbalance the rotation. As he moves away from there, he moves forward. And once again, he hangs on to the bar on the side with his left hand to stabilize himself. This should not be happening in space. Now, this is the same thing sped up. Have a look at the two spheres. One of them is rotating. Through the force of precession, it doesn't move as much. But look at the one on the left. It should be moving in a straight line. Instead, it has this strange curved trajectory. This is not outer space. This